We have a surprise guest next on RuPaul's Drag Race AfterBuzz show.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Okay, so
Take two.
Yeah.
Take
Sorry
two.
about that, guys.
Take
If you're in the
two.
chat room, clap twice.
Yeah, we're good.
Where is it?
Okay.
Clap twice if you believe in RuPaul.
Hey everyone, sorry about that. I'm your host, Kenny Harrison. This is another episode of Drag Race, AfterBuzz TV. Sitting next to me is the very lovely
1, 2, 3, Jackie B on our
who
platform.
just got
Engaged.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And we have a special guest next to Jackie.
Hi, LoRayne Love in the house.
Hi, LoRayne.
Hi, LoRayne. She's
Welcome back.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
She's okay.
Thanks for having me back.
I have issues with LoRayne today.
I know you don't like my nails tapping on the table.
Hi, LoRayne. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Next to, and finally on the end, we have the very lovely
Hey guys, it's Jay Ellis at don't_be_jealous and Twitter at still_jealous.
Jay.
Pretend like you've never seen that.
Sound like Jay's voice dropped a little.
I thought we all nailed that much better than the first time
Yes.
anyway.
Yes.
I know,
So
I know.
you got the better end of that.
Go
And
take
welcome
two.
back, our engineer. If you listened to us a few seasons ago, like maybe season 3 or 4, you recognize
Oh, is that my cue?
that's
Yes.
your cue, Ronnie.
It's been a tough afternoon, but hello, everybody.
Ronnie J. Ronnie Jr. Welcome back. Okay, sorry guys, we had some technical difficulties.
And I had testicle difficulties.
And so, but you got to see the very lovely Jessie Janity once again. So, hi Jessie.
Hey Jess.
We had you on our show once again. So tweet us, make your comments down below, hit us up in the chat room. We have the chat room up live. Snatch Game. What do you guys think?
There were winners and there were losers. in
But
the
more
Snatch
losers.
Game.
I agree.
Well, who were your favorites? I'm curious.
Well, I'll say this. I hosted the first 5 Eliminated Queen panel at DragCon yesterday, and we have come to decide that the best were the 5 that I was interviewing that were not there, because I specifically asked
Wait,
them
but Cynthia
all-
was there.
Well, whatever. But we went through and we talked to everybody about what they would have done, and if all those people would have done the things that they said they were going to do, I think it would have been a very different...
Well, give us who they said they were
You
going
gotta
to
watch my panel, girl. I'm not giving it.
Oh, I was about to dish.
No, go ahead. We can tell.
Okay, Charlie Hayes was gonna be Joan Rivers. We knew
Which
that
we
one.
knew.
Yeah.
Which
Wait,
we
I
knew.
saw her earlier today at Hamburger
James
Mary's.
Mansfield, which I thought was, if she would have pulled it off, would have been
Rebel Wilson.
Oh my
Right?
god.
That would've been
right. Yep.
Kimora Black was gonna be Melania Trump.
Yes.
What?
Yes. She was gonna go there.
Well, okay, I think that would have been a good choice. I don't know about her execution, because
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Eureka was gonna be Donald Trump.
No.
No.
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo.
How's her knee? Is she walking?
She's fine. She had a torn
A torn
ACL.
and she's
Oh,
totally
so it
fine.
was serious.
Yeah, Jay came to watch the panel, so he knows.
Okay.
Yes. World of Wonder covered all of her. I feel it. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
World of Wonder covered all of her
I'm right
medical
next to you, girl.
expenses and took care of it. So Logo helped out and did everything.
They
great.
paid her everything.
I said
that's awesome.
set insurance.
Yeah.
Set insurance.
Yes.
That's
Well,
why they have it.
Unless she died, I'm sure they wouldn't have. Anyway, I just want to throw out that you, Miss Love,
Yes.
busy lady yesterday. You also covered the Daytime Emmys.
Daytime Emmy Award. I've had a busy week. I was at the DragCon on Saturday, DragCon and the Daytime Emmys yesterday, and then
LoRayne Love today.
taking out the
LoRayne Love
drag for tonight.
You got some,
I love
The
your shirt.
ladies.
got
Thank
some
you.
big
And you know I
tits
love
over
good
there.
boobs.
Yeah, and I can't really see the bottom half. Oh, I'll stand up so you can see.
Oh, oh.
You can see my little, and I got little boots on. Ah, it's cute. All right, that's it. That's all you
Okay.
got.
We'll post a
And
picture
something's
later.
moving down below. Again. Alrighty,
It's a good thing for the audio
Are
people
you
are
done?
loving it.
I'm done now.
Okay,
I'm
good.
done now.
What do you guys think of the episode as a whole?
You know, this season I'm liking Untucked better because I feel like I get more authentic interactions with the queens in Untucked. And somebody on our video, I think, said that they would wish that Untucked just aired on television after the episode, and I agree with that.
Yeah, it's always better. And I'm seeing Miss Thing stand up again. Yeah, I agree. I think Untucked is probably better this season as opposed
You're
to the
comparing it
regular.
to other Untucked or comparing it to the episode?
I'm with Jackie compared to the actual episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, Untucked this season has been really solid for me. I feel like we're at least got like Farrah
Would you
kind
like
of
a
calling
pass?
out.
I would
He
love a
asks you a question that
Pez.
just starts
Oh, sorry.
talking about a unicorn.
It doesn't fall out, bro. You gotta pull it out.
Oh, that's what she said.
Someone has ADHD.
You want one?
No,
I'm sorry, Jay. Go
I was
ahead.
trying to talk. I can't get that with me. I got it.
Jay.
Vicodin.
Jay.
It's Vicodin.
Get
It is not
Get it,
Pez.
Jay. Get it.
Okay, so I like that Farrah talked to Nina because that was like a little bit of a good. I mean, that's like a drama in the workroom kind of thing coming straight back. Like that kind of brings us back to old seasons of drama and stuff. But I like that Nina held her own and said like nah. And then yeah, I wasn't as impressed with this overall Snatch Game, but honestly, I think the last few Snatch Games there's been some really high bars set for me, and there was only one person that I really felt like hit that mark. So when we get there, I'll talk about that.
So there was no mini challenge. Jay alluded to the Farrah versus Nina in the beginning. So let's just get into Snatch Game. I thought it was meh.
Average at best.
It was mediocre.
There were some standouts, but there were definitely
Well,
more fails.
we don't have a whole lot of time. Let's just go ahead and talk about the standouts. Who do you think stood out?
Nina.
Yeah, Nina was hilarious.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot at Nina. I liked Valentina. I know you're gonna kill me, but I liked Valentina's. I liked Valentina's Miss Columbia shtick.
Oh.
I thought that was clever. Like,
Yes.
if she understands that, if you can't pick somebody that like everybody knows their personality a lot, having the shtick of like the Miss Columbia loss really helped her for her performance.
It definitely reminded me of Raja's Tyra Banks, and I don't think Tyra Banks would be so over the top, and I don't think Miss Columbia would have been over the top, but her interpretation, taking what happened in that situation and making it funny, I thought she nailed it.
Yeah.
I thought she was hilarious.
To Jackie's point, I think that's why Sasha succeeded so much as Marlena,
Yes.
because it's just like we don't have as much basis to put that person off of as we do Nene Leakes, who's constantly in media.
Right.
So we don't know this person. You can kind of create this huge character, and I think Sasha made really weird choices, but
Yeah.
very successful.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think even if you're not like the person, like let's say you did know a lot about Marlene Dietrich, even if you're not like the person, you'll still, if you're funny, you still win, you know?
Right.
Like, I don't think, who, Kennedy Davenport did Little Richard?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think that was particularly like Little Richard, but it was so hilarious that
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
It was close.
Well, and Ru always says that too. You don't have to be that good. You just have to be funny.
Right.
So.
Here's my question to you guys, and they actually brought it up. Michelle and Candace Kane brought it up, who is absolutely gorgeous. She looks amazing. What do you think about the girls doing other drag queens? Because we've seen
Yeah.
Alyssa Edwards done already
I
once
don't
before.
care. I love it. I love
Really?
it. I love it. I love it. I love it because we know these queens and they know these queens. So who's better to impersonate them? And if we let somebody almost win doing Little Richard, then why not?
Jay? Because you're shaking your head and you have your...
Yeah, I'm torn because like I loved Nina's Jasmine. Like that's the difference is like we haven't seen Jasmine yet, but
Right.
I don't want to see Alyssa again. Like we saw Violet do Alyssa, so I feel like they should say now you can't do Jasmine, Alyssa, Alaska, these queens that have been parodied
I see
already.
that.
Right.
They should
Yeah.
be like we're cutting them out.
Right. I agree.
I could see that.
Oh, good news. We don't have a show after us, so we can
yay.
talk for a longer time.
Oh, perfect.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Oh, thank you.
Ronnie's the best. I agree with Jay. I think, and I agree with Michelle and Candace. I appreciate, especially Nina doing Jasmine. I think she did it phenomenally. Aja is kind of meh for me anyway.
My only thing with Aja is like if Violet hadn't already done the same kind of
Alyssa,
performance. Alyssa,
right.
that's what I meant. If Aja hadn't done Alyssa already, like would you think differently of it? And we didn't see a lot of it. We didn't see a lot of that performance.
I wrote down how many times they were brought up to ask a question.
Ask the question, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's another.
You want to read through that really quick?
Well, I mean, only all of them had two, except for Cynthia was brought to once, Trinity was once, Peppermint was once, Aja and Shay. All of them only got to
Once.
answer one time, had a moment. Everybody else had like
This is
two.
other than their introduction.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is again, this is a problem that I have with the structure of the show is that we only got to see little snippets, whereas they spent a lot of time in the workroom before, going through the walkthrough to set up who's going to possibly be in the top and the bottom. And I think the audience gets that. I don't really need to see any of that. I would rather see an extended version of the actual Snatch Game. Because now, before, I think we've discussed that in the past, it's only been like 8 or 9. Now there's 10 queens.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And like,
Well, and didn't Farrah even say something? She was talking about when they said, we thought you were going to throw more makeup and stuff. And she said, well, I actually thought that there were going to be more questions and I'd have more opportunities to do it. So it doesn't sound like they're actually playing it that much longer than what we actually saw.
Yeah.
right.
You know?
And I think going on the line of Farrah, I think when you have a character that maybe, I guess a lot of young people know who Gigi Gorgeous is, but maybe
I've never heard of
if
that
you're
name
if you're
before.
older like us and you don't,
Leave
I
me
mean,
in
I'm
that.
including myself.
Something old, something new.
And you don't know who Gigi Gorgeous is. It's
Something
just,
borrowed,
it's,
something blue.
It's like the same thing we said for Marlene Dietrich. It's like, just make it funny. It doesn't matter if it's necessarily like that character.
Yeah.
Because if somebody might not recognize it, it's better that you're just funny. And
Right.
I feel like, and this goes back to what Jay was saying about having already done certain characters before. I think we should retire every character that has
I like
already
that idea.
been on
I
Snatch
like
Game.
that idea.
So no more Liza ever. No more.
Well,
never-
Liza's only been once. There was other people that
Right,
have done
but I
multiple.
don't need to- I don't
Cher's been
need-
done multiple times.
I don't need to see her again. I don't need to see Cher again. I don't need to see
Lady
now
Gaga.
or Lady Gaga, unless you're doing it better than the person who did it before. And I feel like if you
this is the caveat, unless you do that, but unless you do it better.
But they're all,
Well,
of
no,
course,
I'm
going to
just
think that
saying.
they're going to do it better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the case of Alyssa Edwards, if you don't do it better than Violet did it, you should be in the bottom.
Did
Just
Violet
because-
really do it that well, though? I don't remember.
I think she was all right.
She was okay.
I think Violet did a great job.
I think that
actually.
answered my
She was
question.
What did you think of her Liza?
I thought it was okay.
Don't
I
you
mean,
do Liza?
huh?
Yeah.
I've only done Liza because I had to do something for the
Show.
for my audition video.
Right.
So that's the only time I've really done. I did do one number at Mickey's, I think, as Liza. I did the her Single Ladies, the Liza version of Single Ladies, which was a delight. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But what were we talking about? My word's not
Liza.
tight. Oh, what I thought of her. I thought she did good. I think if Nina would have came down the runway in a Madonna outfit that wasn't like Trinity's, I think Nina would have won.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reason Alexis won, because I don't necessarily think her Snatch Game was better than Nina's.
I feel like a horrible person because I knew she was going to win this one. Like, once I saw her Liza was pretty solid.
Right.
I knew she was going to win, and I was just upset about it because of all the complaining she did in the last episode. It made me feel like you didn't deserve
You
it.
really have to
Especially-
watch when they post my panel. You have to watch Charlie, because we said, can we get a little Joan so we can see and it was
Genius.
It was pretty freaking good. It was pretty. She would have knocked it out of the ballpark.
And that's
She
the
would have.
sad thing.
I think I even said on the panel, can someone go get Alexis and take that title? Because I want to give it to Charlie.
Well, here's the thing about Alexis. I mean, as solid, I don't think it was that solid. Yeah. Yeah.
I disagree. I think I like the Alexis performance.
Of course you do. You're Team Alexis.
No, I don't know. 'Cause what did LoRayne say that you thought who was gonna win instead?
Nina.
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 No, although it was good. No, I thought Alexis did great though, and I'm okay with the fact that she was a bitch the episode before. That didn't bother me at all.
Well, what bothered me, Ronnie, was that I get it. She's very competitive, but when she's blaming a loss on other people, that
Yeah.
becomes a problem with me. And so now I'm taking that nasty
Negative
taste,
energy.
yeah, in my
Yeah.
mouth, and I can't get it out.
I just heard he's putting stuff in his mouth. That's all I heard.
You
I'm
can't
always
get it
putting-
out.
Yeah, I'm always putting things in my mouth.
If you can separate the two though, like her behavior from her other episodes and put it aside and think about the challenge, I think that hers was a standout. Like, she was interacting with other panelists. which I
Alexis?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what made Jinx stand out for me in her Snatch Game, was when little Edie was like, quite the scandal. Like,
Yeah.
when you're able to contribute to other people's
Yes.
things, it helps you
Yes.
stand out, and you're in character, you're thinking like that person.
Yeah.
It just makes you a little bit
I agree.
more.
Which is what Cynthia tried to do and failed
Yeah, and
spectacularly
failed.
at.
I wonder, because I loved Shay's Naomi Campbell. When she about the cell phone, that was hilarious. I wonder what more of her would have been like. I wonder if she was funny throughout,
Oh,
and
more
not
of
just
Shay's?
that moment.
Well, she only had one answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had the cell phone thing.
Yeah.
And if just because I have watched Naomi Campbell on other things, I wish that Shay had slowed down her speech a little bit, because she sounded like Shay talking with an accent.
Right.
And,
Trying to do it,
and
yeah.
Naomi Campbell does talk a little bit more slow and cat-like and very. So I just wish
Seductive.
it was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think her mannerisms were there for Naomi Campbell. I liked her for that.
Speaking of Sofia Vergara,
I was trying to think, did Cynthia on the panel, did she say her other choices?
No.
She never did. Okay.
she should have
Just
made
curious.
something
Yeah.
up. Okay, Sofia
That was a day ago
Vergara
and I can't
is
remember.
hilarious in the sense that she comes off as an airhead, I guess.
Who?
Yeah,
Sofia
her
Vergara.
shtick is to be an airhead.
So
yeah.
that is out of every, I'm looking at this list. That would have been the funniest character to do, or the funniest person to do.
Right.
Nene. I think Nene would have been the second. I
Right.
think you could have gone all the way with Nene Leakes.
I feel like if you're gonna pick this like a character that everybody knows and everybody knows their mannerisms, it's better to almost just not do that.
And like I would have
Or to really know that character, like
Right.
if
Yeah.
like what you were saying about Joan Rivers, it's clear that Charlie Hides has really been studying Joan Rivers enough to like do those mannerisms
Right.
to make the fans feel like that's okay.
And what's
you know?
bothersome for me is that she has a second chance to do it. Like I would assume
Well,
that
she never got to Snatch Game.
Well, I'm saying that, like, I'm assuming that last season that if she would have gotten to Snatch Game, she would have done Sofia Vergara.
And she would have
Right.
been home.
She probably would have went home then.
Right.
So I'm just saying, now that she has had more time, I guess, in theory, to practice doing her, I think,
Well, she did say that she didn't know until 2 weeks before she was coming that she was going to be on the show. They had reached out to her and asked her to be a consultant or something on the new season. So she knew she was going to be involved with it, but she didn't know she was going to be a contestant on it until the same time the other girls found out. So she still didn't.
So
it's not like she had a year to really prepare because she knew she was coming back.
So the
But still,
other
she
like
should've
Eureka.
prepped
Like
for-
Eureka has no excuse.
but she still
Bitch
should
needs
have.
to be in an improv class tomorrow.
So two, yeah, that's true. So two, she probably is. She's probably
Right?
teaching the class. So two, so all the contestants only had 2 weeks before they got on the bus and came to.
Yes, they all have 2
official word.
weeks.
Oh, well,
2 weeks.
that changes everything then.
But still, like Cynthia should have had took whatever character she prepared for the last year and just used it this year.
I think Jay is right. She probably would have gotten the boot last time if she would have won it.
Ruth said something so telling where she said, "And when are you going to start doing Sophia?" Because it felt like Cynthia Lee
Yeah.
Fontaine
Yep.
was just talking like Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
If she would have gotten bigger boobs, I would have gave her half a pass. That's half the battle. I mean, like,
Caricaturize her.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what's Pearl when she did Big Aang?
Oh,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
god!
How big those boobs were?
Yeah.
So it was like
Jackie was in heaven.
That was
that's half the
battle.
gag.
Yes, that's half the battle.
Right.
Speaking of boobs, what do you guys think about Trinity? I know
Wait,
nothing.
has anyone done Dolly?
No.
I don't think anyone
I don't
has.
think anyone has.
Putting it out there in the universe.
You should
Yeah.
do her.
I know my two who I would ever do.
I love
Who would
Dolly.
you
do.
do?
Okay, so I have three. I would want to do Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, because it's my favorite show, but I don't know if she'd be funny.
Right.
So I would want to do Xena, Warrior Princess.
Oh yes.
Or Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Those are
Ellen.
like-
Though you gotta be.
Oh, I would
Good.
practice, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'd have not.
Interesting. I never really gave it thought
That
if
was
I
a
were
tough one.
to do anything.
No, not even one.
I would have done Joan Rivers, but now Charlie Hides has taken my crown. So I had to go back.
I will
to
think about it, and I'll let you know at the end of the show.
Okay.
Anyone else stood out? Trinity?
Oh, Amanda Lepore. That's another.
I think
don't
she
know who that
looked
is.
like Amanda Lepore. I don't know Amanda Lepore well enough, and it was just all it was my face isn't moving kind of jokes, which is kind of what I didn't necessarily like about Valentina's is there's really only one way to go with what she's doing, and
But she made it
that's
funny.
I mean, okay,
That's the challenge.
that's your opinion, but
What do you think, Jay?
Amanda Lepore, I know her just through David LaChapelle did like a whole photo series with her,
Throwing
so I
names
know more
around.
the look. He used to study photography. And she's a club kid, so I know that that's like the attitude and the personality. She wanted to be like a famous to be famous kind of person, so
Right.
plastic surgery was her calling, like that's the person. So I think Trinity did fine.
I mean, it was okay.
That's
Yeah, it was
Again,
a safe-
other
it was a
than
safe bet.
I thought Nina's Jasmine was just the most creative and fun. I mean, if you again, well, this just proves it. If you can do a mediocre Liza, it's Liza. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's
You're right.
a hoot.
You're
you
right.
know what I mean?
You're right.
So if you can do a mediocre Liza, obviously you can win. Sorry,
I would
Alexis
have
Michelle.
loved to see more Naomi and what was it? Miss Columbia. I would have seen. Those are my two favorites. Those are the ones I actually LOL'd.
I liked
laugh
though
out loud.
that they mentioned this too on the show. I
Yeah.
liked that Nina was answering with answers
Yes.
that weren't real answers. That was very
They
creative.
were just a Jasmine Masters answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I agree. I agree 100% with that.
Anything else?
And I also liked that at the end, Ru said the only winner today are the celebrities that were not imitated today.
That was
I was
funny.
like that. And then Shay saying, when she was talking about Cynthia, she's like, Eureka's kicking herself right now.
Yeah.
She laughed for this.
I know that was actually quite hysterical.
Now, here's the thing. I would have thought, I know, having injury is you can't perform, but this would have been good for her.
And she
to-
didn't hurt it during the splits, as the episode shows. It was when she was doing a cartwheel.
Okay, so having said that, I would have been okay with her just sitting down on the panel and doing Snatch Game and then sending her home. And then play that up. You know what I mean?
Well, I think, like you said, I think legally they got to get her out of there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if they wanted to, I mean, it's either World of Wonder pays out of pocket or they get the insurance to pay, and to get the insurance to pay,
They
you
have
would
to go
have
to
to
the-
have her leave sooner.
Right.
To do it
right.
before Obamacare goes away.
Right.
I forgot
Before
to mention,
everything good goes
I know.
away.
And the other thing, I just thought of this too. Sorry, this isn't about this episode. It was about my panel because I want y'all to watch it on YouTube when it's up. Charlie talks about her lip sync for the life, so you should probably
Lip sync
watch.
for the life.
Lip sync for the. She talks. There's something else that happened that wasn't talked about.
Well,
so
give
that
us
was
a
interesting.
hint.
No, you have to watch the panel.
I'm not.
I want my YouTube views.
I don't have time. Tell me.
No, moving
Oh my
on.
gosh. So Dennis,
Oh,
Mark
Lorraine.
might have told you, but Lorraine is not.
Whatever.
Dennis O'Hare and Candace Kane.
They were the contestants. I forgot to mention them.
I loved having them there. They have good senses of humor. What was it last year that they had those two models who were just
Yeah.
boring as
Chanel
crap?
Yeah,
Gigi
I didn't even know who they were.
I don't even know who they were.
Oh, was
either.
that who?
Gigi
Fair
Hadid
did?
and Chanel.
No.
Is that who Farrah did?
No.
Gigi Gorgeous is.
Someone else. Pay attention, Mark.
I don't know.
Pay attention, Lorraine.
I don't know.
Gigi Gorgeous is a very famous.
I don't need makeup.
Someone all the
tutorials.
young kids like.
She's a trans YouTube star who does. She started off as doing boy makeup tutorials, and then she transitioned and had a very public transition.
Who did? Who? Which one's this?
Gigi Gorgeous. And
The one that
now
Farrah
you see,
did.
And now I'm positive you've seen her billboards all around. She has a movie on YouTube.
You're positive?
I interviewed her at GLAAD. If you guys want to check out that interview.
No. Still not ringing a bell.
But the problem is that this is like the same thing with Detox doing Kesha. Sometimes they're just not as interesting
Right.
as the.
But I think
character
Kesha, you could have made her. You could have jazzed it up a little bit. I like this panel. We have something young, something old,
Rude. Rude.
Something blue.
and something borrowed. Sometimes you have borrowed hair.
Yeah,
From me.
Yeah,
that is true.
she just didn't want to steal your
I
thunder
borrowed
today.
Lorraine's
Where's your wig
hair.
today?
She didn't want to steal.
Oh
your
my
thunder.
gosh. I didn't want to say
Jackie's
this
giving
on
us engagement glow.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't need a ring or a wig with a ring.
So the only mirror moment we finally got the trans coming out of Peppermint.
I'm glad
Yeah.
we finally got that.
I feel like that was set up because she was gonna get the boot. That's what I was like. Oh, they need to do it now.
That would be terrible, though. It's like you came out and now you have to leave.
Well, that's what I thought they were setting it for. Usually they do that, set up for people to leave.
The
Girl, come out. Tell everyone
Oh.
so you can.
Well, no,
you can pack your bag.
we interviewed her, and she talked a little bit about that too. And we'll have those videos up soon.
Okay, so don't bring it up if you're not gonna say anything here. You're starting to piss me
No,
off.
well, we were talking.
You're
We
rude.
actually talked a lot this weekend about how nice everybody is. I kept calling it the season of love, not LoRayne Love, just the season of love. And I said, she was saying how she just felt like they were at a place where she felt like she could come out to them as a trans woman, and she just felt the love from everybody, and she just felt in the right place to tell. So she talked a little bit about that in my interview with her. She was fantastic. She was super, super sweet. Actually, all of the ones that we talked to from season 9 were very, very gracious, and wait till you see Nina's video. It's quite funny. She kind of takes over.
They will be
It's funny.
uploaded tonight. I'm working on
Yeah.
them as soon as I'm done here.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, because I'm going to rehearsal. Actually,
I was like, you're lying to people.
I'm going to rehearsals and then I'm going to do that.
Okay, good. So look for them online at some point. Jay's really good about putting things
Yeah.
up.
He's Secretary of
and,
JAG.
and
Yes,
putting things
and
up.
rightfully so.
And
And now we have Night of 1,000 Madonnas,
yeah.
the
Two.
the sequel.
the sequel. I did part 2.
You liked Rue's dress?
That was cute.
I like-
girl.
I did. I thought she looked really pretty this episode.
I
That was
liked
cute.
It's like the only dress I didn't like.
Yeah.
This
She looks like
season.
our background.
I know.
Like, it's very
Yeah.
glittery and sparkles.
totally.
She's very shiny. Okay, let's go down the list. Okay, first of all, I was not happy at all with part 2. I thought it was meh.
Yeah.
I'm not a Madonna fan to begin with, so to have like another version of Madonna was just not.
Well, they could probably do about 5 or 6 versions.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's got enough.
She's got so much.
Which is I wish they would just or the queens would talk amongst each other, or they would like let the queens pick and then be like, okay, if you have a double, you have to go, because it just seems so unfair to the second queen who comes out.
Yeah, I said,
doing it
and that's
for
what I was going to say is
television.
the only really bad stuff they said to Nina about hers was because they were comparing it to Trinity's. So had she been wearing something, or had she been wearing that and Trinity wearing something else, would it have really been that much of an issue? And I think the same thing. And actually, as great as Shea looked, I thought Peppermint's was more spot on to the video and what Madonna actually wore. So if you're going by, is it Madonna influenced? Or is it I'm trying to recreate a Madonna look like Farrah?
That's always the question.
So and that's how the glory of the show is. It's all subjective. If they like it for Farrah, they're not going to like it for somebody else because they like the other person, and now they're going to be like, well, you're creative because you added your own twist to it.
I tend to skew more of inspired as opposed to copy. An actual copy.
I'm the same way. I always think, okay, what would I wear if I had to do the challenge? And I always feel like, especially something like this, is like Madonna inspired. Yes. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Like, I don't want to redo something that's already been done. I mean,
And
that's
also,
just. I
don't you
don't.
think they're always talking about infusing the queen's personalities
Right,
into their
exactly.
outfits? So if you look at someone like Nina, who did her traditional padding but then added on like a Madonna thing,
Right.
you think, okay, well, she kept Nina but then did like a Madonna-inspired Nina.
Right,
But
right.
then you're right. Some people just do duplicates. It's like...
Yeah.
We already
And
had,
it's- and that's its own art as
we
well.
already had a Gaga inspired. I was kind of over the inspired look, so I was just like, meh.
Well, next
Let's go-
week, little spoiler alert, they're doing Kenny Harrison inspired.
Okay, great. Pull out your V necks. Oh, let's go down.
Pull out your shower shoes.
And your shower shoes. So Aja was first, who did Who's That Girl?
Which was
She had no
mediocre
boobs.
at best.
No boobs.
None of them wear boobs anymore. None of them wear boobs
I don't
anymore.
mind if actually I love Sasha's look. Like I thought that was very creative. Like if you're
But that wasn't spot on Madonna either. That was
Inspired.
Sasha's version
Right.
of that.
Which is fine. I liked it.
But in that instance where you're doing something creative with it, I don't mind it. But if you're wearing a dress and you just don't have boobs, then
Right.
why did you do that?
Right.
Why? Why would
agree.
you do that?
I don't think I don't associate Madonna with having big boobs.
No.
But she
The
she has
tone
boobs.
okay, those
she
are
has
not
boobs.
hers though.
I know, but even I don't know. I just feel like a drag queen.
Aja for me was meh. What you got, Jay?
I just put that she didn't put even on a Madonna face, so it just felt like Aja in a red dress.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like there wasn't an attitude for it or anything.
Agreed. Which I think she should have been in the bottom.
do
Next, Alexis.
I got this one. I liked it,
I liked it.
Okay.
and it's kind
I liked it with the caveat that Alexis, if I was Michelle Visage, I would say you need to pick a different silhouette.
yes.
Okay, and
Well-
I agree with that. And
Every dress is the same dress, just different colors.
agreed. And,
And somebody won doing that, by the way.
and I think
For the record.
I think for me with Alexis is that
Nobody had an issue with it then.
I'm speaking. My hand is raised.
Please raise your hand.
Alexis's Lady Gaga was kind of a carbon copy of her Golden Globes dress. This was kind of a carbon copy of the Dick Tracy Breathless dress. So I don't see a lot.
I think I just said that.
I
Yeah.
know. Well, I'm agreeing with you, but I have to go around the long way because Mark is talking over me.
I don't know what that has to do with fucking China, but
And I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so I don't see the creativity, and I know Ronnie J is probably like Xing out, like poking my face right now. I just think it's a carbon copy, and I don't think it's very creative. It's Madonna copy, not inspired.
I thought it was pretty.
It was alright.
It felt like what Alexis was gonna do.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
for the
There was
Madonna
no
thing.
surprise. It was
Exactly.
typical Alexis.
Next,
But it looked good.
Yeah.
Peppermint.
I loved that.
I really liked
That's
it.
what I would pick. I mean, if I was gonna do a Madonna-inspired outfit, I would pick the Material Girl. But
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I liked it. I said I get it. I guess I liked it.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it.
No.
It was just carbon
Right.
copy.
Yeah.
And she did more of the exact. Like,
That's what I was saying,
She had
yeah.
the pink gloves,
Yeah.
and the necklace was very
Yeah.
simple as opposed to Shay's.
Right.
Now, okay, speaking of Shay, I kind of like the black twist that the gloves were black. There was a little black in the bow in the back.
She had black shoes
She had
and black
shoes.
gloves.
I kind of like
white
that.
boa.
I like that too.
Well, again, I don't think it's about whether we liked it or disliked it. What is the challenge? Is it to duplicate a Madonna look, or do your best at doing that, or is it to use Madonna to inspire a look? Boom.
And this is another one of those situations where if I just saw Peppermint pull out her pink dress, I would have had another backup. I would have been like, oh, so... And thinking about it is like, you would assume everybody's going to pick Material Girl.
I don't
would
know. I
assume
was
that.
actually surprised. I wasn't the first thing that came to my
And
head.
it didn't show up on the season 8.
True.
Well,
because they all
we
had kimonos.
Yeah, exactly.
Kimono, you don't.
Kimono, you don't.
Now, the next one was Trinity, which I'm surprised that 2 people did this one.
Same. That's
it
what
was
I'm saying. It's
2013
Yeah.
Met Gala.
Well, my guess again is, and like I think I said last year, I heard that the producers told them all to wear their kimonos. They all had other things, but they told them to wear the kimonos
Shady.
so that they would be matching. So
Dick in the
who's not to
soup.
say that Nina or Trinity? I just find it hard to believe that Nina or Trinity didn't have a replacement or a second option.
Unlike last year, they were basically wearing the same thing. I'm surprised nobody picked Human Nature.
Yeah,
because
I thought the
agree
same
with
thing
that
too. Yeah.
I don't know if you shouted that out, Ronnie, but we can't
Yeah,
hear you.
you're so faint. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Ronnie J just mentioned Human Nature, which I agree. I these 2 were just kind of identical. Whereas the kimonos, they were different. They each had, their own take of a kimono. Whereas these 2, Nina and Trinity, basically were wearing the same thing in my opinion.
I think Nina even acknowledged that Trinity's was more tailored, and it. Yeah, I don't.
But again, I think if you didn't see Trinity's, I don't think anybody would have had a problem with Nina's. And when I looked at it again and they showed the picture of Madonna with it, I felt like the pattern on Nina's was a lot closer to the pattern that Madonna's was.
But again,
Trinity's pattern on the dress was a lot of a bigger checker, and Madonna's was a lot closer together, which is what Nina's was. Yes, Trinity's fit her better, was a more tailored dress. But again, I don't think if Trinity was wearing something else and you didn't have anything to compare it to, I don't think anyone would have had an issue with it.
Again, this goes back to: are we doing carbon copies or are we doing
exactly.
inspired by?
We're gonna do that for each person. Let's do the next one.
Sasha.
This was one of my 2 favorites.
Sasha Velour.
I thought she looked amazing.
I thought
I
she did
loved
look great.
it.
killed it. It was
I
so
love
good.
her walk. To me, was
Yeah.
so Madonna.
Well, didn't she even say that she finally got to do like a good runway walk or something like that? I felt like someone said like, I think it was her. I don't know. I could have been.
the
Yeah,
way
she said-
she
no,
commanded
right.
the room, like with her walk and her posture, it really did remind
And
me
I
of
know what
Madonna.
you're gonna say for your other one because you like
I-
2.
I know.
I think we know that.
Yeah.
We like the same ones.
And Mark's gonna kill us.
But
Yes.
what was
Or
important?
Lorraine's gonna kill us.
I know what she's gonna say.
What was important about Sasha is that I still felt like it was her aesthetic as well, because she said that this is the Madonna that influenced
Right.
her drag.
Right.
And you could see that. It really showed through. I like
Yeah.
that.
And I think Erotica was one of those that like even
Yeah.
if you didn't know this was Madonna, Material Girl as well. But if you saw her without knowing that it was a Madonna challenge, you automatically got it.
Right.
And
Right.
So Farrah was next.
To me, that is a very iconic look, the Super Bowl
Yeah.
look. Mostly because I remember that's a great dress, but Madonna's too old to wear it. So it was nice seeing Farrah wear it
Most
because
of
I
what
thought,
Madonna
oh,
wears.
it looks so much better on someone younger.
Again, she went with a close carbon copy, which I mean, it was.
I mean, if you're going on, if this was a contest to see who could duplicate a Madonna look, hands down Farrah.
Yeah.
won. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just no question about it.
It's exactly the outfit.
Yeah.
I thought the costume itself was great, but it really shrunk her. Like, I feel like I felt like it was
it felt like she was the clothes were wearing her.
exactly like she
I
was
agree.
just so small in it, and yeah,
We have this problem with the Lady Gaga look
exactly.
because she
Yeah,
had the
her-
robe
yeah.
and it looked like
Yeah.
the clothes. Was
She
wearing
is
her.
tiny though.
Like, she's
Super
very tiny, and it just looked like she was
like
swimming.
me.
Which I think if the skirt was shorter and
I'd say
maybe a
that
little
was straight
sexier, I thought it would. I mean, I think she looked great. I think she's a beautiful person.
She
Like,
did. She looked great.
She's always made up.
Yeah.
She just looks
I
like
love
she's
her.
Swimming.
She is one of my favorites. I think
Farrah?
she's so cute. Yeah.
She's annoying.
She's cute
I
as a
hate
button.
when she whines and cries. But aside from that,
I love it.
Cynthia and the Brit Awards 2015. I wrote down "Take a Bow" because that's what I was thinking. The video "Take a Bow."
Yeah.
But she wasn't.
She was doing.
She was the female part, and not the matador.
Well, what she was doing though is from what is the song from Rebel Heart? The first track on Rebel Heart, Love.
Did it from the...
No.
Do that again.
Because she was. It's the one where she's dressed as a matador again, and they all have the horns. And there was a performance where she was going up a flight of stairs, and her rip away cape didn't come off, and it yanked her backwards. Remember that?
Oh,
that's what she was doing when she walked in. Was that moment of Madonna getting yanked backwards? So I think that's what she was actually going for.
Got it.
I'm glad you clarified that because
So-
I was confused.
Yes.
I'm a tinge of a Madonna fan.
Didn't think that
This
at all.
one. This one.
I thought it was cute.
I think.
I mean, I think the outfit was great. But it is what it is.
I agreed with Michelle. Until
She wore that on the
Untucked.
panel too.
She did.
that actual outfit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw a bit of a beard or like a mustache thing with that.
Michelle even said that.
But
Yeah.
only on the main stage, not in Untucked.
Yeah.
I agree. I saw
agree.
it when I watched the Untucked. I was like,
Yeah.
it's not there.
It's I think it's the lighting in there.
Yeah.
Well, I always say that whenever we watch the Untucked, I always just the detail and the things just look just better on that. I don't know. It's the
so
lighting.
paint for television, not Untucked people.
Yeah. Right.
Lastly,
Valentina.
Loved it. It
my
slayed.
favorite.
I
It was my
loved
favorite.
it.
It was my favorite.
I know. And LoRayne is like,
No, I don't hate it. I thought it was creative. I thought it was creative.
I thought it was so creative.
I thought it was top 3 at least.
Okay.
I think she should have been not safe. I think Miss Columbia combined with this
But
look.
for Snatch Game,
Yes.
no.
I
No.
don't care.
No.
I liked it.
No.
You know what? Whatever she's serving, I am buying it right now. And a lot of people aren't.
I will
like,
send you the link to her merch page.
well, I'm not buying shit for real. But
She's really creative.
I really
It's
like her,
I don't
yeah.
understand why people wouldn't like her.
There are a lot of people that are hating on her. That's what I'm not understanding.
It's only because she's been doing drag for a short amount of
I don't
time.
care.
That's it.
Again,
and
I
it's
said-
like, who cares?
I said this episode 2, and I didn't know that she was doing it for 10 months prior to being on the show. I wouldn't have known. I would have been like, oh, she's been doing this forever.
And she's sweet. It's not like she's like been doing it for 10 months and she's like, I'm the best. She's like got a
Like
really
Alexis
sweet personality.
Michelle.
And it was a great. She has the body for it, and she
was smart.
She had like a smart concept.
Smart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was
Yeah.
smart. And maybe she just hit Google and that was the first thing that came up, but hey,
Yeah.
kudos.
Yeah.
That is-
Madonna looks. Kimonos.
I know.
Kimonos. Yeah.
So next week, Jay, are you going to do the sex book?
Sex book luck.
That should be your look.
I'm gonna come with censor bars over my big boobs.
There you go.
That's it, guys. I want to know what you guys in the chat room. What do you guys think? Who is your favorite?
What did you think of Untucked? Didn't we? We didn't.
Well, we
Oh,
haven't
I'm
done
not,
the
I'm
lip sync.
not, well, yeah, we're still gonna do it. I just,
Oh, I thought you said that's it. Like we're going. I was like,
that's
what?
it for
What's
the,
happening?
the runway.
People loved Valentina. I was watching as we were talking.
Okay,
and they
good.
said, Linda Evangelista. Yeah.
She was my favorite. Sorry,
She's great.
Not sorry.
You mentioned that.
So safe were Valentina, Aja, Shay, and Trinity.
Yes.
I'm kind of over Aja. A lot of people love her, and she's very popular in New York and on the East Coast. I'm just not with it.
I haven't seen anything that makes me want to root for Aja.
No,
That's a difference.
I agree 100%. I agree.
I'm actually borderline.
And I'm gonna say this about and you can yell at me all you want, but I'm gonna say this about Valentina because I get it. She's great on paper and what we're seeing and look wise and everything, but drag is so much more than just having a great look. So I'm interested to see how this is going to unfold with her.
You have to give her credit for her concepts. It's more like we're talking about Alexis and her dresses. Yes, they're beautiful, but what about the concept and the actual thought process? I'm
not putting that down by any means. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm curious to see how this is going to unfold because I'm not 100% behind the fact that she is anything more than and because there's different kinds of art. You know, someone who's a great painter may not be a good actor. You know, and who's ever a writer may not be a good poet. So I don't know if she's just good at that part of it.
That's my art.
Yeah.
I'm an artist now.
For those of you listening,
Sorry.
It's the number 8.
Yeah, a couple times.
I agree with that. Like,
You know what I mean? She's, other than those conceptual looks, what else has she really done that has stood out?
well, that
Everything.
lip sync was good, but
Which?
Wait, who are we talking about?
she
I
didn't
thought we were
lip
talking
sync.
about Alexis.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Aja.
No, I was
Oh,
talking
Aja.
about Valentina.
We're all over the place.
Oh my.
All three of them were talking about.
No, you
three-
were.
I was talking about Aja.
I was on Aja.
Oh, I was talking about Valentina.
I was talking
No,
about
because
Alexis.
I said I would
Wow.
say this about Valentina. I actually prefaced it
You guys,
with
it's
that.
a Monday. We're not really prepared for this.
So basically, you weren't listening.
Oh, boy.
We're never prepared for this, but we show up every week.
So Alexis was the winner. I
Yes.
disagree.
Oh, okay.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Who do you think should have won?
Valentina.
I was
Okay.
team Valentina, or I actually like Shay as well. I thought they should have been not safe. I think they should have been in the top.
Okay.
And Sasha was good too. And she was good in Snatch Game, so
Yeah. She was in the top 3.
She was in the top 3.
she was actually in top 2, I'm sure. Who did you think?
I thought. I mean, it again. It just depends what you're basing it on, and they pick and choose what they're basing it on. So they based it on a combination of the runway and Snatch Game. So Alexis won. But had it just been Snatch Game, then Nina should have had it.
Okay. What do you think, Jackie?
Before I say something, someone on the chat roll says the panel has been drinking without us.
Which is not true.
I mean, it's hard for me to judge. Like I said earlier, I think Alexis. I think I'm biased against Alexis. I was so mad at her from the last episode. So
Right.
I wanted Sasha or Nina to win for that very reason. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't feel like my opinion's that worthy because I'm so angry at Alexis.
Jay?
I think they were right with Sasha and Alexis. I think those are the best 2 overall.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had the bottom 2, which was Cynthia versus Peppermint. I'm kind of...
Peppermint slays.
I actually said to
She
Peppermint in my
slays.
interview, I think this one is going to go down with the Dita Ritz lip sync for your life.
Yeah.
Because when she said, when Peppermint before the lip sync said on camera, I worry for Cynthia because this is what I do. I kind of giggled because I was like, oh really, girl? Like I didn't think she was gonna do that. And
was ready.
as soon as she started doing the robot, I was in 100%. Everything she did was just like,
her mouth is on point, which is like it drives me crazy when someone is lip syncing and not matching the words.
and I know that Cynthia, it's a second language for her, and she has an
No, I
accent. You can
understand
usually
that.
tell that when people lip sync because it's hard. They still can't wrap their mouths around even lip syncing the words. So I understand that, but yeah, Peppermint.
The thing I liked too about when Peppermint was like, I am worried for Cynthia, blah, 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 because we haven't, up until this point, Peppermint has been kind of subdued, very
Yes.
very under the radar.
Yeah.
And this is the first comment she made that was like, no, this is what I do. It was like a brave, bold statement. And I was like, oh, it made me stand up and pay attention because
Right.
you were like, I got to listen to this because this is the first time she's making this kind of a statement. And
Right.
she was right.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like I was so excited watching
Yeah.
Peppermint's lip sync, but the thing that scares me is when you go up for another lip sync, what do you do after that? How do you
That's what I
follow
thought
this
too.
up?
I literally thought the exact same thing. I'm like, now you've raised the bar for yourself,
Right.
and now you have to really live up to it. So if you're not going to do this or take it a next step
I hope
up,
she gets like a ballad,
yeah,
something.
right,
like,
exactly.
And Ronnie
I-
was just saying Peppermint is a legend
Yeah.
in New
In
York.
New York, yeah.
I agree with all 3 of you. Again,
What?
I do agree.
May 1st, it's a holiday.
Pearls.
And I will add that this is proof that you don't need to do splits. You don't have to do death
I
drops.
agree.
You don't have to do...
You do have to do the
Chill.
robot.
The robot was the
Do
first part.
something, right.
Robot was the first part. The
Right.
shotgun, I fell off my couch.
Shotgun was so fantastic. It's my favorite.
It was-
and this made me. I will buy tickets to see Peppermint now.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah.
want to go see.
Oh,
her.
absolutely. I agree 100%.
I think we discussed this a long time ago where it was performers give their all right away. You can see where it was the gradual.
Yeah.
And then, like, she just went in for the kill. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Before the lip sync, I was kind of ready for her to go home.
Yeah.
Now
Want more.
I do want more. I do want a different color. I actually agree with Michelle.
Too
But
much
that's
pink.
really the only, because they didn't really, that was really the only comment about her look that was on camera. Whether there were other comments, I'm sure there were, but that was the only thing that they showed, and that was just that you've been wearing pink the next 3 times. So I'm like, that's really not a, I mean, obviously she could have done different colors, but like I don't have an issue with that.
Well, okay, so if she would have did it, I'm just
Did they say that to Trixie?
If you did
Everything she was just- you know what I mean?
Material Girl, a different color other than pink, would it be okay?
Well, again, it depends. It depends if you're doing Madonna inspired or you're trying to duplicate it. If you're trying to duplicate it, hell to the no.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to run through Untucked?
Okay.
I watched it in the car on the drive over. So
That is not okay.
I didn't really watch it. I listened to it because I was clearly driving a car.
Okay, but don't tell people that you can
Oh,
watch
but
videos
I will say
on
this.
Drive.
I will say this because when we were waiting to do the panel, I didn't tell you this.
How dare you?
Somebody said we were talking about what Kimura asked me, Charlie said, how is this going to work? So I was kind of going over how my outline for how the panel was going to go, and Cynthia said, "Oh, well, just so you know, I haven't watched the Untucked." And then like Charlie or somebody was just like, "Well, girl, you're here. You know what happens. You were there. You know what happens." And she goes, "Well, you." And then Cynthia just went, "Well, you know, I don't know how they're portraying it." Which I thought was an interesting statement. So, which is again what I bring up a lot is like you're seeing what they want you to see, not necessarily how it unfolded.
It's like some of the things that you say to me before we walk into the studio. People don't get that, that mean, angry side from you.
Oh,
Which is why I lash out on camera to her.
Rare.
No, so what happened in Untucked, guys?
I don't really.
Anything?
I watched it a couple days ago for the panel, so I don't really
I
remember.
thought what I am loving
I'll
about
jump in.
these Untucked is that you do have this conflict, but it seems to be resolved by the end of Untucked.
Oh, didn't we have the
Quick,
video?
Yes.
Yeah,
First
Nina had a video.
And we had the video from
Yeah.
Nina's mom, who I love.
Actually,
I just love her.
Yeah.
I want to give kudos to Nina. Because they do the videos, they want waterworks.
Yeah.
And I think she was like, I'm not giving that to you. I don't know if this is
She's
what
like,
she
I
meant.
cried enough tears.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if she mentally thought, you know what, they want me to cry, bitch. I'm not going to give it to you.
And speaking of Nina too, I was going to say this earlier about this whole episode and the Untucked is, and I said this to Nina when we saw her at DragCon, is I'm so happy that this week happened for Nina because up until now it was always like they were just
Debbie
portraying
Downer.
her as like such a Debbie Downer, and I was glad that you saw this fire in her that is really there that they finally let be shown. So,
Right.
and I hope that it continues.
The other big moment in Untucked was Farrah saying how disappointed she was that Alexis kept them sitting down to like
Oh,
basically. So Farrah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I totally agree.
I would have, if that were me, if I were fair, I would have said it to her face. I mean,
Well, she didn't. She kind of. Well, she didn't really.
She was like,
she was
"Girl,
just like,
I
I need
gotta
to go
go
do
do
my
my
music,
song," yeah.
right? So I mean, you kind of got the idea that she was kind of over it. So.
I just got a sense of entitlement from Alexis.
Oh, completely.
From
completely.
Because they even said, I think Aja was like, girl, if she doesn't win this challenge, all hell's going to break loose. And
I wonder if. do you think that she called all the girls to ask them what to wear to DragCon too?
Did you guys see her there?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And?
She
I
was
guess
there.
we have to watch.
she
I mean,
was
she was
Subway.
We didn't interview her, but we saw her. Correct. Yeah.
Jay,
Unless you
what
did
was it
and I
like for
didn't
you
know.
at DragCon? We've heard LoRayne's version.
Well, we were together.
It was we were
Well,
together the whole day.
What
all
I did,
day-
he did.
All day Saturday, we got some great interviews, which will be coming up. We ran into some amazing people who watch our show, so thank you guys for coming.
Oh yeah. Who was it?
Russell, Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit. He was so sweet. I have a picture with him.
Daniela, our Thunder Goddess.
Thunder Goddess. She was
And then
cute.
I got to sit next to Robin during the panel.
Oh, that's right.
And
Somebody did come up to me after panel to take a picture, and I didn't get the name. So sorry if you
I know,
and
there
you
was-
obviously watched the show because I don't unless you just randomly take.
And there was
pictures
somebody
of
who
people.
said that they saw me from Instagram, but I don't know who you are. I'm really sorry. So
Yeah.
please write me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Everyone was so cute.
Yay.
Everyone was so
Yay.
sweet. Yeah,
Love
it was
the
really, really
shout-out.
sweet. Yeah.
It was fun. It was
And was it Peter Rabbit that was asking about her? Somebody was asking him. No, when we were leaving, the guy that asked to take our
where's
picture.
Jackie?
Where's Jackie?
Aw.
Where's Jackie? I'm like, bitch, you got the two of us. Can we dial it back for a hot second?
I was getting engaged
Yes,
with Kenny.
exactly.
No one was asking about
Not one. Not one.
Okay.
No.
I quit.
No. Security asked if you were there because they were gonna not let you in.
So many more, get back here.
All right. So I'm glad you guys had fun at DragCon.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
Did you miss me at least?
We did not.
Okay, great. Because I missed you, Mark. I miss you every
Time I'm
day.
away.
Every day.
I know you did. You missed this.
Final
most of that.
comments, final thoughts.
Did we miss anything, Jay?
I think
as
Alexis-
Secretary of
Secretary.
Drag. Any notes that we missed?
Alexis said it, and I'm not going to say it in such a shady way, but I agree that I think we're trimming the fat. We're getting rid of some of these
Yep.
fillers, and we're getting down to the nitty
But
gritty.
that's how every season is, isn't it?
I feel like there's so many fillers. There's some, like Aja.
But this is that. So that Acid
they're-
Betty was gone. I mean, like these are.
Oh
big names were
yeah,
going.
there have been people that leave early on, and I'm well. This is why they have YouTube shows and whatnot for people like Trixie Mattel that you feel are gone too soon.
Yeah.
Do you guys think? Yeah, Farrah is a
Ferris
filler.
filler. Sorry. Did you see that?
Sorry.
I love her.
She is definitely filler.
Love is
I
a
think
strong
Aja's
word.
filler. I think there's still some fillers they need to.
Yeah, I definitely think there are.
In
too.
Jackie's RuPaul's Drag Race, Farrah is in the top 3.
Well, you also. Never mind. Last thoughts. Final thoughts.
I said it.
I don't think I have anything else.
So check out Mark and Jay's
we'll have the videos up
DragCon.
shortly.
We'll tweet 'em out.
Yeah.
Unlike last year, we didn't put up anything.
I'm on top of it.
Who is, so, okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
Who was your favorite that you interviewed?
Well, Laganja is a friend, so it's always fun. But Darian and Mrs. Kasha Davis had me
Did you guys
Together. They were together. He
together.
interviewed
It
them
was
together.
a disaster.
Who else did we? Robbie Turner. I interviewed Robbie Turner. She was fantastic.
Eureka, Trinity.
Eureka was great. Oh my God, my purse.
I broke a phone.
Something always breaks when you do drag, by the
I
way.
know.
Last time.
I know. Who else did we?
I got Trixie, who
Trixie. Oh, I got to interview Milk. Oh my God, I can't wait to see the video because I became such a nerd, a Milk nerd. I kept gushing on her because I just love her so much. That was probably the excitement for me that I was getting to interview her.
Yes.
And doing the panel, obviously. The panel was a lot of fun.
Okay, great. Let's wrap up.
I don't know when that'll get posted. We'll have to keep an eye out for that because that's World of Wonder.
Check out their videos when they get posted. Jay, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me in the new Trixie Mattel music video.
Yes!
Don't make me put on that dress again. I'm in there. And then on Instagram at don't_be_jealous. And then Twitter at still_jealous.
LoRayne Love.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LoRayne Love, LoRayne Love.
Mrs. Jacque Borowski. Soon to be Mrs.
1, 2, 3, Jackie B on all platforms, and I love you too, Pokemaniac Eddie.
Are you gonna change your name to Harrison? Or are you gonna hyphenate Borowski Harrison?
Borowski Harrison.
We're not getting married.
Borowski Harrison Pineda.
You can find me at Kenny C. Cherison or Kenny C. Borowski at Instagram and Twitter.
You take my name, girl.
I will. Thank you for joining us. Tweet out your comments. Make your comments down below. We will see you next time. We're a regular scheduled channel.
Sunday.
Sunday at 6. In
So
theory.
check us out. We'll be back.
Bye.
Until next time. See you later.
Those nails.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Drag you later.
I almost said
Would you
buzz.
do
Herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.